Hello and welcome back to Causing Nebula. So I said in a few of my other videos that there is this new subgenre of fat acceptance content, fat women on the internet pretending like they're serious about losing weight in order to become full-time content creators and in order to live full-time off of the internet. And by the time you see this video, you will have seen, hopefully, the other one that I uploaded, the one about Kelsjourney. And if you haven't seen it, I'll post it right now. You can go and watch it later, or you can just look at the playlist that it's a part of. But I recorded another video yesterday about the content creator of the name Eileen. And if you haven't seen that, see it on the same playlist that I'll upload at the end of this video. But like I said, fat acceptance is moving to a different direction. And the new trend is fat women that are pretending to lose weight by making what I eat in a day videos. And they are making a lot of money doing this. This woman here, her name is Aida Patricia. And as you can see here, this woman has almost 30,000 subscribers on TikTok. And she has some of the most boring fucking content I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. But apparently, you can make money doing this. So if you are somebody and you want to make extra little change, yeah, start uploading these types of videos to the internet, because apparently this is lucrative. Because even though this woman is not a full-time content creator yet, the other two women that I did videos on, Eileen and Kelsjourney, both of those two women are full-time content creators earning enough money to live off of social media, even though they upload, in my opinion, some of the driest fucking content I've ever seen in my entire life. If they can do it, then you can do it. But anyway, let's get into these reactions. So as you can see here, this is Aida. I think that at her heaviest, she weighed 373 pounds. And from the last time that I saw her content a few weeks ago, she had made it down to 337 pounds. And she was sitting at that weight for months on end. And in order to be 337 pounds, you have to eat a calorie intake of, this woman has to eat over 4,000 calories a day in order to be as fat as she is right now. And you can see here, she doesn't even fucking have ankles or knees, right? She has these inverted fat knees. And we can see here from her stomach that she also suffers from stinky vagina syndrome. Because when you are a woman, you have fat down into your pelvis region. Guess what? Your vagina stinks. I don't care if you take a shower every day. Your vagina stinks shortly after getting out of shower. Because we can see here with her legs, guess what? There is no ventilation between these legs because her thighs are pushed together, and then you have her upper stomach here smothering her vagina. And the vagina is an open orifice, and it needs to get air in order to keep the amount of moisture down so that bacteria doesn't grow and so that your vagina does not smell. And I'm so sick of women getting on the internet and pretending like being morbidly obese is healthy, when the reality is the crotch of your underwear looks disgusting and you have to replace your underwear frequently when you are this fat, because as I said, your vagina cannot withstand being smothered all day long with zero consequences. But anyway, let's get into this video.
Welcome back to What I Eat in a Day as a plus size girly. Y'all, this is how you know I've always been overweight, because this sweater is from 8th grade basketball. Isn't that crazy?
That's fucking outrageous. This woman has been mostly this big since she was in 8th fucking grade. When I was in 8th grade, I remember I weighed 150 pounds, which is exactly a healthy weight for 5'11", because I was already 5'11" when I was in 5th grade. So I was at the perfect weight, right? That is 70 kilograms, and that's the weight that I want to get back to. But the fact that this, I believe, 28-year-old woman was this big or slightly smaller than this when she was in 8th grade is out fucking rages. And it tells me that she grew up in a household that was extremely neglectful and that her parents are also probably fat as fuck.
Isn't that crazy? Starting off strong, I had Dunkin'.
This says 3 caramel swirls and 3 oat milk. I don't know how coffee orders work in the United States, because whenever I go to a cafe here, like they have Starbucks here, I go to Starbucks sparingly because it's a waste of money. But I usually just get a latte with either oat milk or just regular milk. So I don't know what these numbers mean. I guess 3 shots of oat milk, 3 shots of caramel swirl. But she loves going out and getting food to eat. And you can see here she has her nails done. And this woman currently is unemployed. And I think that she maybe had like a little job back when this video was recorded. But she lives at home with her parents.
Dunkin' medium iced coffee with caramel and oat milk.
And if you don't want to just get plain 2 shots of coffee with milk or with water or just as espressos, you really shouldn't be drinking coffee. I know that A lot of people say that either you drink coffee black or you shouldn't be drinking coffee. But in my opinion, if you have to have sugar in your coffee or you can't drink it, then you shouldn't be drinking coffee. But this is probably one of the dumbest things you can drink in the morning if you are morbidly obese, because you don't fucking need this bullshit. But she drinks it almost every day.
Already know. Then
She's about to make me mad. I'm telling you, I can't stand this woman. I can't stand how plain her personality is. I can't stand how she just casually says things. I can't stand how she has the plainest face ever, right? And I don't judge people based on how they look, right? I don't really care about how you look, but I think that a lot of people do judge you based on how you look, right? Even if you don't like that, but it's like you have to pick a struggle. And in my opinion, this woman has too many struggles. Her personality is boring. The way that she talks is boring. And then on top of that, she eats like shit. And then she eats like shit so nonchalantly. And she doesn't even make an effort. I just find everything about this woman aggravating.
Melon oat milk, y'all already know. Then y'all already know I picked up some donuts for my friend and I. I had chocolate glazed and regular glazed. She got jelly and another one, I don't remember.
So that means her friend is also fat? I could not imagine eating donuts in the morning. When I was fat, did I used to eat donuts in the morning? No, and I say that because I didn't have access to donuts in the morning. Right now, there's a Dunkin' Donut right down the street from my house, but it's like a 10-minute walk. And the Dunkin' Donuts here opens at like 10 or 11 a.m., which is late in the morning. I know in the U.S. they open at 6 a.m., but here a lot of things are not open that early because most places generally open at the time that people go to work. And generally people are not eating donuts here in the morning. So even though Dunkin' Donuts is also a coffee shop, coffee shops like Starbucks are way more popular, or other big brand coffee shops are more popular, and people would rather go there to stop at for a quick coffee than go to Dunkin' Donuts, which is mostly seen as a donut place, even though it also serves coffee. But this fat woman went and got 2 fucking donuts in the morning. And I go to Dunkin' Donuts occasionally, and I'll like go in and look at how many calories donuts have, because they have the calories written on the little price bar here. And every time I go, I'll walk right past it because it's never worth it, right? One, I think simple glazed ring donut there is like 250 calories. And I was just like, hell no. I could eat 2 string cheeses. I could eat 2 20-gram packs of nuts. And then I could eat 100 grams of cherries for 250 fucking calories. I am not wasting 250 calories on a bitch ass, punk ass, hoe ass donut. But she does. And then her friend also did, which means her friend is also fat. And then she went to Burger King. And this is why I don't like this woman. Because guess what? She is not even trying. She's not trying. I can understand having an eating disorder, but this is not trying, right? She could have gone home and eaten something. She could have packed something. She lives in the United States of America. You can walk into grocery stores and they have like a little ready-made area of salads, of sandwiches. You can make your own fucking salad, right? The United States has so many options for food. She has no reason to be eating Burger King other than the fact that she is just fat as fuck.
Which one it was, honestly. I also picked up Burger King because I wasn't sure if I would like Longhorn. Honestly, I had only been there once and I didn't love it. I got 8-count nuggets and a medium halvesies. So
why are fat people always worried about whether or not they'll like something? She didn't go to Longhorn, I think that's a steakhouse, because she was worried that they wouldn't have food that she would like. So she went to Burger King, which is objectively worse because at least at Longhorn, it's a sit-down restaurant and they make the food to order. And even though it might be calorific, it is high in nutriently dense food because you can order just a protein and vegetable and a carbohydrate there. But no, she went with processed bullshit food.
That is half onion rings, half French fries. Once I got to my friend's house, I gave her the donuts, and she
ordered Dunkin' Donuts and Burger King at the same time? Why did I think that she ordered Burger King later on? She went through 2 drive-thrus at the same time. I hate this woman even more.
A bowl of Lind, I think that's the brand, these chocolates. So I had some of those. Then on our way to the steakhouse.
And I wonder how many calories is in one of these fucking Lind chocolates. Probably about 50 calories because I eat chocolate occasionally. Right now I have 2 types of chocolate right now in my house. And I haven't eaten any of these chocolates in probably like 3 weeks. I forget that they're there, but I know that the Milka bar, 3 squares are 90 calories. And I know that this other chocolate that I have, I don't know what brand it is, but I know 1 square of it is 50 calories. I would imagine a Lindt ball chocolate is probably between 50 and 90 calories for 1 ball. And she said she had some, which in fat terms means she probably had like 3 or 4 or 5 of them. So about 400 calories of chocolate too.
She actually offered me some of these lollipops. The orange
You out your fucking mind. She just had donuts, 2 donuts. She had Burger King chicken nuggets, and she had fries and onion rings, and then she had 3 or 4 of these Lindt chocolate balls, and now she also has to have some fucking Charms mini pops. I mean, I like Charms mini pops, but after eating all of that sugar, you don't need all of that fucking bullshit. And fat people need to understand that this is just addiction. The fact that you can eat all of this sweet shit back to back to back and not feel sick is because you have built up a tolerance by eating this stuff continuously. And if you stop eating it for a long period of time, you will find that you will become sensitive to it again, and you will not be able to eat this much.
Which one is my fave? Let me know which one is yours. Then if you want to check...
My favorite one is the, what is that? The one that's blue. You know, the dark blue one with the Tootsie Roll in the middle? That's my favorite one. I also like the brown Tootsie Pop. The big brown Tootsie Pop, and it has like the brown Tootsie Roll in the middle. That's a good one. But all of the Tootsie Pops are delicious.
Out what I ate at Longhorn. That's in another video. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. I brought it all home because I was so full from everything I had already.
She went to Dunkin' Donuts. And then she bought 2 donuts for herself, 2 for her friend. And so I thought that she bought Burger King because she wasn't going to go to Longhorn. But no, she bought Burger King because she was planning to go to Longhorn, but she thought she wouldn't like anything there. So she pre-ate Burger King. And then she went to her friend's house and then had some fucking chocolate. And then she had some of those little suckers. And then she went to fucking Longhorn. And even though she was so full she couldn't eat anything, she still ordered food at Longhorn and she packed it up and took it home. And this is why this bitch is fat as fuck. And this is why these people should not be monetized. They should not get any attention on the internet because they don't give a fuck. I was almost 300 pounds, and guess what? Even I didn't fucking eat like this.
Eaten. Anyways, now it's...
She about to piss me off.
7:30 p.m. I just sat down and had a slice of pizza with this mini Pepsi.
This woman just said she went to Longhorn and ordered food, and she was too full to eat it, so she packed it up and took it home. And then she went home and she had a full sugar Pepsi, which if you are morbidly obese, you shouldn't be drinking anything with sugar in it. Right now, we are in the age of 0 sugars, and people will say stuff like, well, 0 sugar drinks are bad for you because they cause cancer, yada, yada, yada. Guess what? Processed drinks in general are bad for you, are going to cause cancer, but if you're going to get cancer, you might as well drink the sugar-free version of it. And then she had some pizza. So what happened to the fucking food that she got at Longhorn?
Pepsi, I was gonna say Pepsi Zero. Girl, please. It's a mini Pepsi. And I'm having tea biscuits with a cup of tea. If you made it to the end, you're a real one. Comment something you're excited for.
So you can see why this woman is fat. She had 2 donuts, which were probably 500 calories combined. And then she has some Lindt chocolates, which again were probably 250 to 400 calories combined. And then she also had Burger King, which probably totaled 5 to 750 calories all combined. And then she went to Longhorn, and she doesn't tell us what she got, but she comes home, and even though she's had all of this sweet shit today, and she hasn't done any exercise whatsoever besides going out to her car and walking into restaurants, she then has some tea biscuits at night with pizza. And so this is why she's fat as fuck. And I don't like this woman. Y'all can see it. Y'all hear her voice, how casual it is. I can't stand that. This flat ass fucking voice and this flat ass affect really irks me. At least if you're going to be this type of personality, at least be nice and kind or have some kind of strong point. But this type of person, I don't like them because they don't really have a strong point. And I find that I also don't really like this woman's content because she tries to talk like how young Gen Alphas talk. And I'm a millennial, and so I still use phrases and stuff that were popular for millennials, but she tries to talk really young, and I don't like that. I don't like when people try to seem hip, or they try to feign being cool in order to come off positively to other people because it seems very inauthentic. But here's another video of what she eats in a day.
Welcome back to Day as a plus size girly. At the beginning of this year, I weighed 373 pounds, so I made some small changes. This is a small change, I guess. One of them. I ordered 2 slices of pizza. I figured one for today and one for dinner tonight.
She a goddamn lie. She gonna eat all that fucking pizza. 2 slices of pizza, and I think that was
It's not one of them. I ordered...
That's a full sugar drink. I don't see 0 written anywhere, and I'm pretty sure down here there's calories listed. 200 and something, 100 and something calories listed for what? And then one for she has
one for dinner tonight.
She has at least some carrots and some apples.
Piece with the soda. And then when I came home, I had this carrots, apples. I took my multivitamin and some of this rice pudding. Actually, the first thing I did when I came home was eat and
I really hate when adults eat multivitamins that are gummies. And I hate it because I understand people like wanting things that taste good, but it's like this woman eats enough shit in her day that tastes really good. She doesn't need for her gummies to also be a delicious flavor because she has eaten more than enough delicious shit for the day. So your multivitamins should just fucking be regular ass pills.
When I came home was eat and plant more succulents that I got from my mom's job. Then I got changed into my comfy clothes and I ate this Healthy Choice fudge bar. It's 100 calories.
So you can see she eats sweets on top of sweets on top of sweets. And then she also has to have this Coke Zero. I had one Coke Zero today and that was it. I usually have one carbonated drink a day. And I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. But the fact that she has to have multiple carbonated drinks in a day is, again, another reason why she's fucking fat. Because fat people, they cannot sacrifice even one thing. Of all the bullshit she eats, she could at least have water. And I know people say stuff like, but water doesn't offset how badly you've eaten. And that's true. But guess what? Just because you've eaten 3,000 calories today, it does not mean you need to drink an additional 700 calories. And not drinking an additional 700 calories a day through soft drinks is a positive, right? It's not going to cancel the 3,000 calories, but 3,000 calories is objectively better than 3,700 fucking calories. So the least you can do for your body is drink water, but she doesn't do that. And in this video, this is recorded a year ago. She had a job then, but as of 2025 right now, she is unemployed.
Had a few sips of this Coke Zero as well. We are not at the end of the video yet, but even if you did make it this far in the video, you're still a real one. So let's settle this debate. Would you rather have a fudge bar or the Skinny Cow ice cream? They're like the same amount of calories, but I have 3 boxes of fudge bars, so that's what I'll be eating for now. Then for dinner,
Why does she have 3 boxes of fudge bars in her house? This is why I say her mother is also fat. I've not seen her mother in any of her videos. She sometimes talks about her in the background, but I would assume that because she was already 300 pounds in the 8th grade, and because she seems to have like a really close relationship with her mom, I would assume that the reason why she is fat is because she has learned this behavior from her mother, and her mother is an enabler, and her mother is probably also has a similar diet to her, because fat kids almost always have the same diet as their fat parents. And her mother probably is also trying to lose weight, but she refuses to give up sweet shit like this. And so they buy a lot of diet, low-calorie snacks. But these types of low-calorie snacks, all they do for people that are addicted to food is they make it really hard to break the addiction to fucking processed food.
We did something kind of weird. And we had shrimp cocktail because we had shrimp sitting out that we needed to use up. And then we made protein pancakes. Mine had...
So she had protein in this shrimp, which is really good, but she couldn't just leave it at that, right? Because even though shrimp is really good, and even though shrimp cocktail is really good, and it's a good meal, right? Shrimp is high in cholesterol, but overall shrimp is very low in calories for the amount of protein in it. And I think 100 grams of shrimp has like over 20 grams of protein. And I think that 100 grams of shrimp, I believe, is just under 100 calories. So she could eat 300 grams of shrimp and get 300 calories and get a pretty decent amount of protein for the day, and it's very filling. But no, she couldn't do that. She also had to make some shitty ass pancake protein bullshits that these look like shit, right? Whatever this is, it looks like shit, doesn't look good. It's probably processed bullshit, but because she is addicted to carbohydrates and carby textures, she had to have this bullshit on the side anyway. And this is why I don't like this type of content creator, because guess what? Like I said, I can understand having an eating disorder, but I think that you need to fight back against it and try your hardest, at least, to resist the food noise, even though I understand food noise is really fucking hard. But she is not doing that. She's just like, yeah, guys, like, I ate this bullshit, and then I know it's bad for me, but then after that, I ate this bullshit, and then I had this other bullshit with this bullshit drink, and then I had this, and then I decided to make this other bullshit as a finisher because I can't stop eating bullshit. And that's why I don't like this content creator. So she's not doing a voiceover today, so I'll just turn off the sound. We can see she's still big as fuck. This is, 8 months ago. She has another coffee that she doesn't need from fucking Dunkin' Donuts, and it looks like she gets the same one every time. And I don't know how many calories this coffee is, because like I said, I don't go and buy these types of coffee. She has a chocolate glazed donut, and I know at Dunkin' Donuts this glazed donut is probably like 250 calories. And this is her breakfast in the morning, and now she's going to some kind of deli. What is she going to order? A bagel. Bagels are probably the worst fucking breakfast food you can order. She ordered a plain bagel with cream cheese and bacon, a blood sugar spike with a side of coronary artery disease, basically. So this is probably an additional fucking 700 calories she didn't fucking need. And now she's carving a pumpkin to make pumpkin pie. Oh, I fucking love carving pumpkins. They don't have pumpkins where I live at here. I mean, they have pumpkin, but they don't have these American-style pumpkins because people don't do stuff like carving pumpkins. Oh, I wish I could carve pumpkins. I love pumpkin seeds. Oh, I love pumpkin seeds. This is the kind of stuff I miss as an American living abroad. She made homemade pumpkin fucking pie. And I guarantee you she probably made more than one. And then whoa. She tried to throw that in on us. She made this pumpkin pie. And then it says, also just ordered chicken fingers and fries. So she is allergic to fucking eating a balanced diet. Like every fat person is. And I'm not judging her for that because when I ate enough to cause kidney disease, I also did not eat any kind of balanced diet. But these days, right now, when I eat unhealthy food, I eat it alongside healthy food. For example, today is day 2 of my period. So today I had 0 sugar Mountain Dew. And then I had this like chocolate marshmallow moon cake type thing. And then I also had a couple of other snacks. And I had an apple and I had some nuts and I had some cherries. And I had some chips, right? I had some processed food that's unhealthy, but then I ate it alongside other healthy food. I also ordered a poke bowl for dinner, and at lunch I had 200 grams of chicken on top of lettuce, and I put some almond slices on it and some dressing on it, right? I had yogurt at breakfast. So these days I actually mix and match unhealthy with healthy food, but in the past I would just eat fucking unhealthy back to back to back. But we can see that this woman is in the grasp of food addiction and she does not give a fuck at all. She doesn't care. Like, this pie looks good, but I guarantee you she ate all of it, or at least half of it, and her fat mom probably ate the rest of it. And then on top of that, even though she's had enough treats for the day, she ordered chicken fingers and fucking fries. So, okay. So you can see here, she says that she used to be 373. In this video, this was just over a year ago. 14 months ago, she was 361, and her goal weight is 150. So she's never going to make it because she still needs to lose 200 fucking pounds. And the last time that I saw her weight, she said 237. And she said in that video that she was struggling to get lower than 337. She was struggling to eat less than 5,000 calories a day, y'all. You can see here, I'll zoom in the video here. You can see here, that's her mother in the background. So we can see her mother is fat as fuck. Just like I said, she's fat as fuck. As suspected, right? You can see her mother is over 300 pounds. And I can see that her mom has silver hair, which means her mom's probably in her 50s or 60s. And the fact that she's this big and she made it to that age is surprising. But I highly doubt she'll live much longer than that. She'll probably not see her 60s or 70s because we can see that she is fat as fuck. I think this is another video where she doesn't do a voiceover for some reason. So she is getting her morning coffee, and she does this most days where she has one of these little these little coffee capsules. And I do this sometimes because buying coffee is a waste of fucking money, right? It's so expensive to buy even just a regular latte here and in any other country. So I also have one of these little capsule coffee makers. But she usually does this most days. And of course, she has to have a bunch of add-in bullshit. For me, I add in some low sugar syrup, and then I add in milk, and that's it. That's all I drink when I drink coffee. She has these two big ass biscuits, y'all. These 2 big ass biscuits, and then 1 puny ass fried egg. What do we see as the problem here? First of all, she should have 1 biscuit. She doesn't need 2 of them. And she should probably have 3 eggs on that plate. But at the end of the day, she doesn't need these biscuits at all because she is not burning enough energy to justify eating fucking carbohydrates in the morning. And I know people say shit like, well, you need carbohydrates in order to power your brain. But guess what? Your body stores glycogen in your muscles so that you generally have, I think, over 24 hours worth of glycogen stored in your body so that if you don't have any carbs, you can just use that to burn off in place of carbohydrates. So unless she is going to do cardio in the morning or do some other kind of strenuous exercise in the morning, she has no reason to be eating these biscuits in the morning. And I know that a lot of people get really upset when you tell them that they don't fucking need to be eating carbs in the morning. But the reason why people tell you not to eat carbs in the morning is because Carbs cause your blood sugar to raise and to fall. And even though they taste delicious, and even though you like eating them, they are going to disturb your ability to maintain a diet for the rest of the day. But if she had just had 3 eggs and nothing else, then her blood sugar would have remained static throughout the morning, and then she would not have felt hungry after eating those 3 eggs. But we can see why this woman is fat, because when given the option, like most fat people, she will choose to eat an excessive amount of carbohydrates to protein ratio. I hate the way she chews. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Oh, a fucking banana. So she just had 2 big ass biscuits for breakfast, and then after that she has a banana. Guess what? Bananas are starches. If you are going to eat fruit, eat berries, because berries are low in sugar. Bananas are very, very high in sugar. They're very high in carbs. They're very high in potassium. Bananas are good for you, but again, if you are going to eat carbs, I know a lot of runners, they like to eat a banana before they go on a run, just to give them easy access sugar and just to not fill up their stomachs, because apparently when you do long distance running, you can get sick sometimes. If your stomach has a lot of food in it, it can cause cramping and it can cause you to perform worse. But a lot of runners, they will either eat gummy candy or they will eat running gels, or they'll eat something like a banana before they go. But this woman just had 2 big ass biscuits with her 1 egg, and now she's having a fucking banana. So bananas are not a good alternative to eating carbohydrates, because bananas are carbohydrates. I hate how small her mouth is. I hate it. Oh, what are you going for, fat? What? She fucking playing with me. She just got one of these little Oreo ice cream sandwiches, and that fucking thing is huge. It's probably delicious. She about to make me mad. She about to fucking make me mad. She just had an Oreo ice cream sandwich that looked huge. It looked huge, probably 350 to 400 something calories. I'm not going to look it up. I'm just guesstimating based on the ice cream that I like to eat. And then after that, this woman had a corner of, it looks like cornbread. She had a corner of cornbread that's a pretty big fucking piece with some chili and some sour cream. I assume this is dinner. This woman gets on my fucking nerves. She gets on my nerves. I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the fucking face. This is a new genre of fat acceptance content. Fat women on the internet pretending like they are serious about losing weight. I know that this woman, she says she wants to lose weight, but as I said, she does everything in her power not to take it seriously. There are a lot of videos of her eating all kinds of processed bullshit for breakfast. Right now, I know she's on the Jenny Craig diet. Again, Jenny Craig, what it does is you pay for a weekly subscription, and apparently Jenny Craig costs like $100 a fucking week. It costs $100 a week, which is a lot of money, considering that you also have to buy your own fruits and vegetables. And if I have to pay $100 a week for food, then it should include then it should include some fruits and fucking vegetables, but apparently it doesn't. But what I saw of the Jenny Craig meals that she did show is that a lot of the meals, they are mostly processed, low quality carbohydrates, but in small portion sizes. She could eat so much more food when it comes to volume if she would just fucking eat protein, right? She lives in the United States of America. She can go buy massive 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds of chicken breast, ground beef, lean pork, tuna, salmon, all kinds of lean meat protein, and she can make her own meals, because right now she is not employed. She is unemployed, and she lives at home with her mother. So she has all the time in the world to be cooking all day, right? She doesn't have the excuse of not being able to cook. But you can see that she still has 30,000 followers and 2.3 million likes, even though she is uploading this basic ass, dry ass, boring ass content to the internet. And apparently now you can make money doing this. You can become a content creator doing this. So if you're listening to this video and you want to make content, but you don't know what kind of content to make, and you think you're not interesting enough to make content, let this be a inspiration to you. No matter how boring you are, no matter how uninteresting you are, even if you have nothing to say, just upload videos of you to the internet doing what I eat in a day, and you can make a few $100s a month at least on TikTok. This is a new thing, and I think that this woman is not the only one. I know there's a few other fat women that make this type of content, and they are probably making more money than she is. But the fact that you have so many people joining this genre, and the fact that they are getting attention for it, tells me that this is something that is lucrative. And I don't know why people want to watch it, right? Because y'all just saw this woman is extremely boring, but apparently there are people who are willing to watch it and also follow it and also help this type of content make money. But in the long term, this is not healthy for anybody, because like I said, this shit normalizes obesity, and it tells fat people that even though you're morbidly obese, it's okay. You can still be a content creator and you can have everything just like other people can. But the difference is that you will die sooner. right? A skinny content creator is not going to die as quickly as you are. And even though you might get rewarded for this behavior, at the end of the day, you will pay for it with your goddamn health. And once you ruin your health, you can never ever get it back in a lot of cases. But I think that a lot of people don't really care about that because most people, myself included, don't really consider consequences until they have actually faced them. But anyway, this has been a Cosmic Nebula video, and I will see y'all in the next one.